Well, it's time for hyperbole now, which is, of course, hyperbole, pronounced by Julia Gillard as hyperbole, extreme exaggeration. Sometimes we do a reverse hyperbole just to trick everybody, and this is one such. In other words, stating the bleeding obvious. Here we have a Toyota CEO, Rita, who says that California's ban on gas-powered car sales is difficult to achieve.
Well, yes, that's putting it lightly. And, of course, when you're going to have just all EVs, where's the electricity going to come from?
Right.
And what is actually providing that electricity?
Oh, it's easy. The petrol diesel generator on the back.
Sorry, Rita, it's not just the electricity because, unless you're going to go nuclear, well, then, you've got a huge amount of problems with that. But then the other question is, of course, where does all the copper come from? Where does all the lithium come from? Where do all the things to make the batteries?
Well, Michael Schellenberger answered that. Uyghur concentration camps.
Uyghur concentration camps.
But eventually, child labour.
But these are finite. These are finite resources. And I'll tell you what, it's going to make all of this is heading towards the direction where individual automobile ownership, whether it's powered by electricity or petroleum, is going to be made basically the new smoking. You can already see this war on cars, that this is part of a much bigger part of, which is part of a much bigger war on individual independence and mobility.
That's it. You just have each suburb maybe has 2 or 3 cars, a fleet of 2 or 3, and the suburb shares it. You will own nothing and you will be happy.
I'm not going to be happy.
I saw it in London. I saw it in London where they have the ring road around London, and inside that during August, it was virtually empty.
Yeah.
And it was all nice. You went around, all beautiful buildings. The moment you got outside that road, it was, like some third world chaos.
But 2 points on this, because
jams.
You'll see what they're doing here. New apartment blocks, especially I think in Victoria, down in the socialist state of Victoria. They're saying, build your apartment blocks, but don't give anybody any car spaces. That's the first thing.
Absolutely.
But also about these things where it's like, we're going to tax you with these congestion taxes for coming into the city. Well, you know what it's going to look like? It's going to look like Beijing or Moscow, during really heavy communist stuff, when it's just the luxury cars, the elite sort of cruising around, and
that's literally what it was
ordinary
like.
people are forced to be on their bikes, and they call it progress.
Yeah, exactly.